Birdland Today, your daily dose of Orioles talk.
Good afternoon, Birdland. I'm recording this a little late. Again, I know I was late yesterday. I'm late again today. I get it. That doesn't mean this isn't a priority. It's just how this week has been. It's just the start of a crazy week. Now, again, I want you to subscribe, share the show, and all that. Tell your friends. Leave us a review in Apple Podcasts and in Spotify. For some reason, there's 2 listens for Birdland Today in Apple Podcasts. I need to reach out to Apple and try to fix that because I noticed one has some new reviews. Others have old reviews from when I did Birdland Tonight because I just stole that feed as a foundation. Now, you should also go ahead and sign up to the Birdland Today newsletter. I am playing still with the format of morning or afternoon because you guys haven't let me know. So I sent one out this morning because I was reading articles late last night and I wanted to share them with you guys. Plus, I think the Orioles' new spring training hats look pretty good. They're in orange with a black O. I was about to say 0. That wouldn't make any sense. A black O, and that looks turned out really nice. Got this Grapefruit League summer spring patch. So you can check that out. And if you signed up for the Birdland Today newsletter, you would have seen it already because I put it in that newsletter. So make sure you sign on that. Go to birdlandtoday.com, and there's a newsletter button right at the top. So what I want to talk about today is Keith Law, because every year Keith Law puts out a list of top 20 prospects for every team he does. And I don't read every team's, but I do read the Orioles because you know, I'm obsessed with the Orioles. And I think it's interesting because these are our top 20 prospects. So they're guys in the minors that we need to know because they're going to work their way up on this list. And for 20 people, I know a good amount of them. There's a lot I don't know. So I thought, why not do some short introductions just today? And maybe we'll dig in deeper, but I just want to go. I've got Keith Law's paper in front of me and figured let's just read it together. So, number 1 prospect overall, you probably already know this. It's Samuel Basallo. He's number 3, by the way, in the top 100 of baseball prospects. So, he's a catcher. And some people say he's blocked by Adley Rutschman, but the kid's 20 years old. He's not blocked by anyone at 20 years old. But I think he's doing so well at AAA that I think that might play into the Adley Rutschman contract extension. So, he's doing really well at AAA. He's got a 70 arm and a 55 receiver block right now. And they're saying Basallo will be ready by the end of 2025. That's this year. So we might see him come up here in August as that extra man, come up and sit behind Adley, maybe learn a little bit. Every other team in baseball could use a catcher. We have 2 great catchers. And that's what we are going to have to... Basallo's projections, Basallo's Oriole play, Major League adjustment, is going to have a lot to do with Adley Rutschman's future in Birdland. Because you're not going to have both of these guys behind the plate. Now, Adley might move to first. There's good talk of that and save his knees. You move Adley to first, that gets interesting. But again, we're talking he might be an extra call-up in September, August, maybe. It's not something to worry about at the moment. It's something to be excited about. Samuel Basallo, number 1. Number 2, Kobe Mayo. He's listed as the third baseman. We know that Kobe's bat is ready to come up. We just don't have a spot to put him. So it's going to be interesting how the Orioles use him. He is 23 years old, and he's had little stints where I believe he came up and didn't get in at bat last season. So we'll see what Kobe Mayo does and when he gets the call. If he has an incredible spring, he will force his way onto the big league team. Number 3, Enrique Bradfield Jr. This is an interesting case because the guy is so fast. But he is a below average offense. He really needs to clean up his offense. We're ready for him. He's an outfielder, but he's probably more of an off the bench guy, which could be interesting because he's a little younger and he's got some of the same stuff Mateo's got with the speed. So that could be an interesting bench spot for him. Next, we got Chase McDermott. He is a right-handed pitcher who had reached the majors last year. There's a chance he fits into this rotation to start this season, or at least into the bullpen. All right, Griffo Farrell, shortstop. I do not know anything about this guy. I told you, I'll be honest, I'll let you know, I've never heard this name. He's 22 years old, and he was a college player, and he makes a lot of contact. Vance Honeycutt, this is who we drafted last year, 22 years old, outfielder. Again, a guy who's very raw, but older, 22. So he could be at end of the season he could be a guy to compete in 2026. Just a little bit older is Dylan Beavers at 23. He's an extra outfielder. He is an extra depth point. I don't see how hard he's going to push into the big league club in the next 2-3 years. I don't see a spot for him. Nestor German, right-handed pitcher. Took him out of Seattle University in 2023. Which is where Skubal came out of. So our hope is to get the same magic as he comes up. He was in A last year. So again, a couple years until we'll see Nestor German. Number 9, Ethan Anderson. He is a catcher / first baseman. Again, bodies, depth. That's what we're trying to get here. He just turned 21 in September. So again, this is just depth. It's not a star player, it's depth. More pitchers. Luis De Leon, left-handed pitcher from low A. Trace Bright, a right-hand pitcher for double A. Lorando Reyes is a shortstop. He's 20 years old. Who knows? Let's see what he does. That's still young. Trey Gibson, right-handed pitcher, age 23. Brendan Young, right-handed pitcher. Austin Overn, an outfielder. Patrick Riley, a right-hand pitcher. Michael Forret, a right-hand pitcher. Creed Williams, a catcher. DJ Layton, a shortstop. Aaron Estrada, second base, shortstop, 20 years old. The key is all these last guys I listed, they are 20, 21, 22, 18. DJ Lawton is currently 18, and he is in our minor league system this year. The whole point of this list is to show that we have depth. In 2025, McDermott will get some playing time. And there might be some way to get Basallo into the majors. Kobe Mayo is going to get a chance this season. It's also going to be very dependent on how the big leaguers play. If Ryan Mountcastle struggles, Kobe Mayo might be in that spot. If Adley Rutschman gets hurt, Basallo might be in that spot. McDermott is going to get starts this year. That's the one I can say. Everyone else, maybe. Maybe. But that would mean things went their way and not necessarily the Orioles' way. All right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Subscribe, share, rate, and go sign up for the newsletter. Do all that stuff, and we'll talk tomorrow. I'll see you.